and also Joromi, growing fashion and economic potential. My name is DEBRAH. Thank you for joining us. Small-scale miners could soon be back to business as the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources intensify efforts to streamline the operations. Parliamentary Select Committee on Lands and Natural Resources is set to meet with Sector Minister as well as Environment Minister next month to discuss a timetable for lifting the ban. Chairman Francis Menu Adabo spoke to Insure FM's Ohim Interior.
It's a source of income for so many people. So it's not easy to let people go and sit in the house without any job. That's why they go back anytime we go and sack them. So the small-scale mining will have to come back, but we have to train the people so that they will go with the best practices, so that we're not going to get these pits to, fail them later.
I hope your committee have been discussing this way. So how soon will we have the people back to their mining sites?
Well, I'm the chairman of the committee. We're going to hold meeting with the minister and then the Minister of Environment too. So very soon I think we'll get the timetable and then let it come out. We hope the first week of March we'll hold a meeting. I cannot stand here and give a very definite date, but the process has started. We did not train the people at Takwa mines for nothing. We know we want them to go back to the site, but we have to make sure we have all the groundwork, everything in place before we ask them to go. So I cannot give any date now, but I know it will not be too far from now.
Meanwhile, Mr. Manu Adabo has loaded a reclamation project by the Forestry Commission. At least 8 companies have secured contracts to reclaim forest reserves over 12 months in communities affected by illegal mining. 25 acres of mined forest in a Pamprama forest is being reclaimed by Manchester Central District Assembly. Mr. Manu Adabo admits a lot will go into restoration of degraded land.
Nana has vowed that he will fight against Galamsey. Always when I listen to the minister, we're fighting against the Galamseys. But what about the pits that they've dug already? But today that I've gone to see reclamation of the land, I'm very, very impressed and I'm very happy. I hope Ghanaians will understand that it's very expensive. You know the road we passed to the place, the money we are using to reclaim could have, reshaped the road at least. So we all have to come together and fight with Nana. It shouldn't be only the president or the minister alone. People in the community will have to, also help so that the Galamsey will stop. There are a lot that we have to do after what we have seen. The soil that we see there is full of cyanide. There are some practices we need to go through. We have to plant some special trees. We have to put in these beans and other things just to, put some nitrogen into the soil. It's not an easy exercise, but we need to start. So I think it's a good start.
And you heard the chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Lands and Natural Resources, Francis Menu Adabo. African dresses are noted for their extraordinary style, uniqueness and flamboyance. They come in timeless pieces which make them easy to wear for every occasion all year round. A major feature of African wear, whether for male or female, is embroidery, which is fabric decoration with thread and yarn manually or by machine. Lab FM's Mona Lisa Frimpong and Barakis Mohammed explore growing trends of art in Ghanaian fashion design known in local parlance as Joromi.
Samuel Eshen, also known as Frenchman, will soon perform knocking rites for his fiancée. He's due to collect his cloth from Muntala Mohammed's embroidery shop. Samuel prefers Joromi design to an undecorated piece.
Joromi is a symbol of Africa, and it has very beautiful patterns. When you wear it, you feel like an African.
The patterns of the Joromi are simply unique and attractive. It involves intricate patterns and lots of finger movements. It is this 29-year-old Muntala Mohammed plying his trade at Ejazongo, a suburb of Kumasi, has mastered.
One of Africa's oldest and most popular form of embroidery is Joromi. And it comes in 3 types. You have the phoenix, the icon summer, and the zigzag. Now, the ones you normally see at big events, weddings, parties, and churches is the phoenix.
The phoenix style is differentiated from ziggy-zaga, coined from the English word zigzag style, with its layered thread patterns, and icon zoma with moderate price. The JHS leaver, after learning the 3 forms of patterns, chose the Phoenix dowel due to its popularity. He charges from 15 cedis to 150 cedis, depending on the difficulty of the design.
In a day, I can finish up with 3 to 5 clothes.
Rukaya Seidu is a seamstress at Ejasi in Kumasi. She has been doing business with Muntala for 5 years. Her patrons are mostly university students. I supply to Tamale and Yankpala campuses of the University of Development Studies and KNUST. We make it affordable so these students can purchase.
And you heard Mona Lisa with that report. That's how we end the Love Headline News at 4. My name is KWASI DEBRAH.
Before we go, a quick one on our conversation for today. We were both in Kumasi until my fiancé left for Kenya for work. For some time now, I've been having the strong feeling my fiancé is cheating on me. I sometimes actually dream about it. Whenever I call him to tell him about it, he suggests those dreams are a reflection of negative thinking on my part. One day, a lady called me from Kenya to ask me about the relationship between my fiancé and I. It left me confused, and so I demanded to know her identity and why she wanted to know about my fiancé and I. Her response was that Her response was that he always mentioned me to her as a sister. I called him to verify, and lo and behold, I heard the same female voice in the background. I told him someone with the same voice had called and told me about some conversations they've been having about me. Suddenly, my fiancé switched to Chi with invasive response to my question. I told my parents about it, and my mom says I should give him some time because he has already performed the knocking rites. I'm confused as to what to do. Please advise. Any advice for her, KWASI?
In the first place, the knocking rites is nothing. Yes. When the relationship comes to an end, and it's supposed to end, whether it's a 40-year-old marriage or 50-year-old marriage or a 1-year-old marriage, if it's supposed to end, it's supposed to end. Knocking is nothing. But with the litany of allegations, whether trying to think that, for instance, the man there, your fiancé, is doing something wrong, so far as you are not there, and so far as you don't have concrete evidence, you just by your dreams and the way you are thinking, just by mere conjecture, you can't make anything out of it. You need to have something concrete. So if I would advise her, then I would advise her to go to Kenya and try and stay there for a while, do her own investigation. Else to sit here and try to infer or something like conjecture, to me it will end nowhere. Ruben.
Kofi?
Yeah. Well, Robin, I think she should just follow her heart, but then also, pay heed to the mother's advice or the parents' advice. And again, her instincts may be right or wrong, right? But then it depends on how she analyzes issues that happens, right? At times, you could just be in the known. At a point in time, I was like, when it's April and then I don't fall sick, then it means I'm free for the whole year.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So that thing alone can just make me sick when it's April. But then when you also change the way you think, you can also just go scot-free, as in nothing will happen to you. Her thinking may be like, yes, the guy is cheating, or she's just daydreaming of what will be happening. Or like KWASI said, if she can, she should just probably seek the guy's consent to go and visit. If the guy says it's okay by him, then she should know there's nothing.
What if the guy says no to his proposal?
Yes,
her proposal.
Then that is where she can just start.
Yeah, on the visit.
Yes, so she shouldn't just pay that surprise visit. Just as, Paddy, I want to come and stay with you for some time.
No, you can't.
If I can't, then it means there is something you don't want me to come and see.
Not now. I left for Kenya not long ago. Wait
At
until I settle.
least, even if you are sleeping in cave, I
No,
want to come
what
and
if
sleep
what if
with
he
you.
gives you that excuse?
That what?
That
You
left not
have
long
settled
ago?
with some women at the background.
I thought you said the lady was conjecturing.
Yes, but as I'm saying,
Hey,
that's why I think
guess who just took his seat?
Kojo has taken his seat.
it's
Oh, no problem. We can talk.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are you following the issue?
But
Why are you following? No,
Why are you following what
we
we
were
discussing?
discussing?
no.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so
this is
yeah,
it. Let's feel
Passing from
let's
my eyes.
let's feel Kojo in here. All right,
Okay,
so
Kojo,
you
so pay attention.
Pay
Oh
attention.
yeah, I'll pay attention.
All right, I understand you're a counselor as well, so you can help this lady out. Kojo in Kansala.
Yeah, so we are getting here for two.
All right, so here we go. We were both in Kumasi until my fiancé left for Kenya for work. For some time now, I've been having a strong feeling that my fiancé is cheating on me. I sometimes actually dream about it. Whenever I call him to tell him about it, he suggests those dreams are a reflection of negative thinking on my part. One day, a lady called me from Kenya to ask me about the relationship between my fiancé. It left me confused, and so I demanded to know her identity and why she wanted to know about my fiancé and I. Her response was that he always mentioned me to her as a sister. I hope you are paying attention, Kojo.
Oh yeah.
So the lady's response was that he always mentioned me to her as a sister. I called him to verify, and lo and behold, I heard the same female voice in the background. I told him someone with the same voice had called and told me about some conversation.
Which voice? Bass or trouble? Bass.
Same female voice, I mean.
Female voice.
Yeah. Suddenly, my fiancé switched to Chi with evasive response to my question. I believe you know what it means. With evasive response to the question. I told my parents about it, and my mom says I should give him some time because he has already performed the knock-in rides. I'm confused as to what to do. Please advise. Counselor Kojo in Kansala.
Thank you.
What advice do you have for our sister?
Milia. Ibisha.
Kojo, how could you?
I thought the man says he needs interpretation.
Who's welcome? I swear God.
Kojo in Kansala went right when I
That's
was
it.
on prime time on Love.
You made a chance to do that.
But as in the brofun go.
Now we auto.
So what brought you here?
Who for that money?
Kojo in Kansala has got something new for us. You don't want to mess up. Right here. I understand you've got something new for
us. Oh yeah, so we can speak English, but other day,
you can speak English, but
oh yeah, I can speak, but I don't understand. But here you are talking.
But we've been speaking English for on this network.
Oh yeah, but if I'm travel, I'll speak. But if I'm in Ghana now, I know Ghana.
Oh no, you have been speaking to us on this network in English. Why, have you forgotten so soon?
Oh yeah,
we've been doing this for a couple of times.
The last time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so we're gonna do it again.
I remember. No problem.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again. No problem. Yeah. And you've got a new song for us. We'll be translating that into English as well. You give us the English version of that one right here today on the show. So you get ready for that as well. Drive Time on Love with DJ Ruben, Baby Lala, and Kojo in Kansala. When clip it right here.
You're rocking with the best.
Drive Time on Love 99.5 FM.
The best music, the best variety.
DJ Ruben is writing.